Well, it's not officially Baker Mayfield week, but I guess, Mary Kay, it is officially Baker Mayfield week as he continues to be a topic of discussion. He spoke today to Panthers media. Well, I guess what stood out to you? What did he have to say?
Well, basically, he denied saying the quote. And of course, the quote we're talking about is when Cynthia Freeland, the Bills sideline reporter, caught up with him and said on a podcast that he said, "I am going to expletive them up," meaning the Browns. Baker Mayfield came out today and he denied saying that. He said, that's not what I said. That's not even how I phrased it. She said something to me descriptive. I said me too. So, now we're in sort of a he said, she said situation. I don't know. Do you guys think it takes the edge off of it at all?
I don't, because honestly, how many of these Baker Mayfield mea culpas are we going to have? Ashley, we sat through press conference after press conference in his 4 years here where he had to put out some kind of fire like this. At some point, Baker's kind of got to own this.
Yeah, and it's just, I get that maybe he didn't expect this conversation to go out there. But of course, we can't really know what exactly was said. But the quote is out there at this point. It's prime bulletin board material, I think, in this locker room. And, Mary Kay talked to Myles Garrett yesterday, who basically said that. Of course, they don't hold anything against Baker Mayfield, but they're going to use this to fire them up, I think.
And Mary Kay, look, speaking of if it puts a little edge on it, Greg Newsome seems to think it does. He says he's the biggest trash talker in that secondary, and he seems pretty excited to go against Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think Greg is happy about the fact that there's a little extra something for this game. They've got something to get a little fired up about. He loves to mix it up. He called himself the biggest trash talker in the secondary. He knows Baker inside and out. I think these guys are going to have fun with it. And I do think that even though Baker tried to walk it back, these guys are going to keep it front and center.
Yeah, and they're going to have fun with it, but it's got to rub some guys the wrong way too, right, Ashley?
Of course. To hear that's just, again, it's just prime material to get a team juiced up. And it's very reminiscent, like we said on the Orange and Brown Talk podcast yesterday, of the Browns as the Browns. And of course, we all know what happened in that game against the Steelers. But I think this group is really good at using that sort of stuff. And Baker Mayfield might still have some friends on this team, but I'm sure there's guys with no emotional attachment to him or who aren't friends with him that this is going to be, I just think, prime fodder for this group.
Well, like I said, not officially Baker Week, but official Baker Week is coming up. We'll cover everything in the lead up to it and, of course, leading up to that game in Carolina at cleveland.com/Browns.